Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the review for this Samsung Galaxy A3, and I have been testing this phone for almost 3 weeks now before producing this review. And this Galaxy A3 is a compact size phone from Samsung, and it's the A series model, hence the build quality is actually very good, and these borders are actually made up of metal, and the entire casing is also metal. This back is also made up of aluminum. It's anodized aluminum, hence in terms of looks and feel, I would say it looks actually very good. But now let me actually talk about the configuration first. This A3 is powered by a Snapdragon 410 chipset, which is a quad-core processor clocked at 1.2 GHz, and it sports a 4.5-inch screen. It also has Gorilla Glass protection, and it has 1 GB of RAM. Moving to storage, it has 16 GB of internal storage, and the battery is a 1900 mAh battery, but it's not user replaceable. Moving to the camera, it has an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera and a front-facing 5 megapixel camera. So as you can see from the specs point of view, it looks actually pretty decent. But when we talk about the pricing, I feel Samsung has priced this device a bit higher to my liking. As you can see, the pricing on the box is quoted as 21,400, but this product is available in India in local stores for around 19,000 or so. That brings it to the price point of around $325 US, which I feel is a little bit higher to my liking, considering the features that it offers. And let me give you a physical overview now. On the top, actually, we just have the secondary microphone, and we have the chamfered edges on this device. Hence, it looks very good. Even the button is made up of metal. This is the power on off button, and this is the Duos model. That does mean that it has a dual SIM, but there is an issue. I'll talk about it later. This is for the secondary nano SIM or the micro SD card slot, and this will be for the primary nano SIM. Moving towards the bottom, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, the micro USB port that will be used for charging, and the main microphone. And on this end, again, we have the volume rocker. Overall, in terms of looks, again, as I mentioned, it looks actually very premium in the hand, and it gives a very good feel. Even in terms of weight, it's pretty light. It weighs just around 110 grams. So it's pretty compact and light in that department. But again, the battery is sealed inside, which is a 1900 mAh battery. And you would think that the battery life might not be that great, but I would say the battery life is decent. I did all my testing with just a single SIM, and again, do note that this phone accepts nano SIM, and with the single SIM it could last me for a working day. So for normal usage, it should last you for a day. Another good thing that I liked about this device is the standby time. If you are sort of a casual user and don't use your phone very heavily, it can last you for 2 odd days because the standby time is actually very good. But one annoying thing with this device is that as it's a Duos model, you might expect that you'll have full support for dual SIM. We have it, but again, if you want to use the second SIM, you cannot use the micro SD card slot. For the second SIM, you have to decide between the micro SD card or the second SIM. I have put one nano SIM, and in the second slot, I'm using with the micro SD card. So you got to be aware of that. Moving to the UI also, here you'll see a change. Again, the Samsung, it is still the TouchWiz UI, but they have optimized it. As you can see, icons, everything look a bit different because I'm using a theme. Now they support theme. For example, you just can go to this themes option. This is the basic Samsung theme that was applied. But you can easily change the themes, and it changes everything, the icons, everything. Another good thing that I noticed with this device, even though it just has 1 GB of RAM, the overall performance of this device was very good. I did not notice lagginess on this device, which is strange for Samsung devices. And even for multitasking, as you can see, we are running quite a few apps. Then also it performs actually pretty well. So in overall performance, it performed actually pretty well. Now let me show you the Android version with this device, and we do have the auto brightness sensor on this device. If you go to the settings, and if you go to the about, it runs on the Android version 4.1.4, which is KitKat. Also regarding internal storage, I'm happy that it has 16 gigs of internal storage, so you shouldn't have an issue. And as you can see, I have installed a 8 GB SD card on this device. But one thing to note is that we do not have any LED notification light on this device. And also I did notice that USB OTG functionality is not there. Another thing is that though you'll expect that as this device is costing almost around 20,000, it might have 4G support, but it does not have any 4G support in India. It is just a 2G and a 3G device. Now, as we are connected to my internet connection, let's fire up the browser. We have the Chrome browser and also the Samsung built-in browser. Let's fire up the browser. This is techmeme.com, and as you can see, the pinch to zoom gesture is pretty responsive. The Snapdragon 410 chipset handles this device actually pretty well. Let's just go to this story and see. And regarding the screen quality, again, the screen quality is also actually pretty good. The whites look white. It's a Super AMOLED screen, and as you can see, the viewing angles are really nice on this. And also one thing I did notice is that even if you use the phone outdoor in direct sunlight also, it's fairly legible if you keep it on auto brightness. So that way it performs pretty well. And as you can see, it loads the websites actually pretty quickly. So in terms of web browsing, it did perform actually pretty well. Now let me actually show you the sensors that are available on this device. Let's use the CPU-Z application. And as you can see, it's powered by the Snapdragon 410 chipset, which is a quad-core processor, and the GPU is the Adreno 306. And regarding sensors, these are the sensors that are provided. And Samsung has provided all the necessary basic sensors that are needed. But again, I don't like the fact that we do not have any LED notification light or USB OTG support on this device. Now if we move towards gaming, here also I had some very good experience with this device. I could play even heavy games like Modern Combat 5 and Asphalt 8 on this device, and they ran actually pretty well. So in terms of gaming also, this device actually performed pretty well in my opinion. Now if we move to the cellular call quality, the cellular call quality also was very nice. The loudspeaker, the earpiece is actually pretty good, and even the loudspeaker on back is fairly decent. Let me actually show you by making a call. Let's make this call. Let's put it on speaker.
Airtel, the smartphone network welcomes you to one-to-one care. Our menu options have been changed.
So as you can see, the cellular call quality is nice. The speaker output is also decent, but I won't say it's the loudest. I would have preferred it to be a little bit more louder in my opinion. Now if we move to the camera, the rear facing camera is an 8 megapixel shooter, and actually let me show you the camera. The camera is pretty decent. This is the front facing camera, which is a 5 megapixel shooter, and that also performs pretty well. And the camera is pretty decent. It's not the fastest, but once it focuses, it takes the pictures actually pretty quickly. Also in terms of performance, I would say the camera performs very well. But one thing to note is that at 8 megapixel, it will be at 4:3 ratio. If you want to go widescreen, it takes at 6 megapixel. And here are some of the sample shots that I've taken with this device. And as you can see, the camera performance is actually pretty good. In outdoor lighting, it does a very good job. In indoor lighting also, it does a decent job, but in artificial lighting and low lighting, it tends to struggle up a little bit. Also, when we move to the front facing camera, the performance was actually very good. And the good thing is that even the front facing camera can record video in 1080p. Recording this sample video with the front facing camera of this Galaxy A3, and the good thing is that it can record video in 1080p even with the front facing camera. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with the front facing camera of the Galaxy A3 in outdoor lighting conditions. This is a sample video that I'm shooting again with the front facing camera, and this time I'm shooting in indoor lighting conditions. This is not completely in artificial lighting, I would say, but a little bit of natural lighting in semi-indoor conditions. So this should give you an idea how will be the video recording if you record it indoors with the front facing camera. So to sum it up, I would say the camera performance on this device is pretty decent, but not the best. In low lighting and artificial lighting conditions, yes, it does tend to struggle up a bit. But again, considering 8 megapixel camera from other vendors, the performance is actually very good. And particularly if you talk about the front facing camera, the front facing camera performance was also very good. Some of you have asked me if this device has Gorilla Glass protection. Yes, it has Gorilla Glass protection. For example, this is my knife and I'm going to scratch it. Let's switch off the screen. And as you can see, we don't have any scratches. But do remember that Gorilla Glass can just protect from scratches, etc. But if there is a heavy fall, there's always a chance of screen shattering. But again, you can be rest assured it has Gorilla Glass protection. So what do I feel about the Samsung Galaxy A3? As you have seen from the review, the general performance of this device was actually pretty good. And if you're okay with the price of this device, you can go ahead. But personally, I feel that the price of the Galaxy A3, at least in India, that's around 19,000, is on the higher side. And I feel that Samsung's own other devices compete much better if you take into account the price to performance ratio. For example, this is the Samsung Galaxy E5, which is available in India for just around 16,500. And I feel this is a much better device because it has a 720p HD screen, which is a 5-inch screen, and also it has 1.5 gigs of RAM. So I feel this device will age a lot better compared to the Galaxy A3. Yes, in terms of styling, the Galaxy A3 is much better. But in fact, I would say if you can up your budget a little bit more, I feel the Galaxy A5, which is available in India for around 23,000, is a much better device compared to this Galaxy A3, because with the Galaxy A5, you get a 5-inch screen, which is again a 720p HD screen. It also has 2 gigs of RAM, and also it has 4G support in India. So I feel that is a much better device compared to this Galaxy A3. But again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're okay with the pricing of the Galaxy A3, this is a decent device. I hope that you found this video review helpful. If you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.